Local 1932, protecting the future of working families, Teamsters, 1932.org.
Welcome in, listeners. This is the James Kane Experience, and we're live at KCAA Radio on 106.5, 1050 AM. And if you miss it, you can join me at any of your regular podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple, or Spotify. Or you can just buy me a coffee. Go to rssfeed.com, press in James Kane, and buy me a coffee. Well, today it was a tragedy. We seen what happened to our soldiers. We would like to give a 5 seconds to their families to let them know that they're in our prayers. Today we're going to start with news and notes by Deja. But first, let me introduce my inner circle.
Skittles.
The boss.
Day one.
Thank you. Thank you. We there. Oh, it's a wonderful, nice day outside in the Inland Empire. Inland Empire, I want to thank you again for really adding to my show. I see that I'm getting a lot of feed with my family because this is a family show that brings serious topics. It also is kind of humorous at times. Current news and notes, not just from IE, but other places that you probably won't get that information. And also, it's inspirational. We also bring in a little spiritual healing and advice. So thank you for that. Now, day one, can you bless them with your news and notes?
I sure can. Hey, everybody, it's your girl Deja Vu, and I got that news for you. So, according to the Los Angeles Times, Santa Monica has approved $350,000 settlement for the family of Silas White, a black entrepreneur whose land was taken by the city in the late 1950s. White planned to open the Ebony Beach Club, a space for black beachgoers during segregation. But the project was stopped when the city seized the property through eminent domain. City leaders say the payment is part of Santa Monica's broader local reparations, an effort to address historic injustices. Let's talk about it.
Well,
That's crazy.
it's hard to look back and see the damage and the trauma certain people's decisions make on other people's lives. And it took this long, from the 50s to now, to give these people back their property. I would just want to ask the people who took it, how do you feel if someone come and take your property? And we look at a lot of things today. People are squatting in people's properties, and the owners get very upset. It's because someone else done seized their property. So we need to really look back to all these tragedies that happened in the past, and let's pay these people. Let's have what they call retribution for their financial loss. And who's to say some of these people are still alive? And their families need to know what kind of harm this financial just gangsterism. They just took their property. I don't think eminent domain was meant to take someone's property because of their skin color.
No, I totally agree with you. That's
Right.
and the city don't make it no better. They just coming over here demanding like, oh yeah, we gonna take that, and just just take it and then they just left out in the cold, and that was their property first and they land first.
Well, we're going to get to the show about things of that nature. I mean, not in this show, but we're going to bring up toxins about things that have been taken from people because of their nationality and their cultures. So let's move on, Day. Anything else?
All right. According to CBS News in Sacramento Bee, a former Sacramento County Sheriff's deputy is dead following a police shooting after a chase on Interstate 5. Authorities say 40-year-old Marvin Morales is suspected of fatal stabbing his 11-year-old son at home in Elk Grove before fleeing the scene. The child later died at the hospital. Morales was located after a pursuit on southbound I-5 near Lodi, where officers opened fire following the crash. He was taken to a hospital and later he died. Records show that Morales had been fired last year after investigators found he lied about a drug use following on-duty fentanyl overdose.
Ooh, that just seems like something ain't right. Something ain't right,
Right.
that department. Because this guy,
Because why? Because he already had an incident, right? And then y'all let him back on because I guess you said day one. You said he was using drugs, and they found that out, so they let him back on
Right.
the force. Why are you letting him back on the force if he has a drug addiction?
now this is what I understand. These are the police officers. They
Right.
are trained to know who's intoxicated or not. So you mean to tell me this guy is working in a police station and no one
Like,
recognize this guy is high as a kite because now we have death, we have traumas. Some other people done lost their life when they could have put this guy in some kind of rehabilitation
got
or
help.
something. Wow, it's just getting.
This is one of those stories that leaves you kind of shaking, like an 11-year-old child is
Yep.
killed by his father, and then he gets killed in the same day, and it just raises a lot of warning, accountability, and how much gets missed before an actual tragedy hits. Like, this is crazy.
Yes, because that's the problem that we in that I see that's growing big in our at least in California. I won't say the country because I'm here. So I would say in California is we're going back to no accountability. Everybody wants to push the ball on someone else, and if
Right.
you're not part of their, I would say crew. I won't say gang because they like, well, you know about a gang. I'll say their crew. So, I mean, I just feel sorry for the kid.
Yes.
And his mother and the family that have to deal with this mess. It's just sad.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Okay.
All right. According to KMPH and GV Wire, Valdivia was convicted by a jury of first-degree murder and arson related to the death of his wife, Carabella. Disappeared after leaving the Tachi Palace Casino in Lemoore with Valdivia to celebrate her birthday. The next morning, her car was found engulfed in flames near Traver, but she has never been located. A judge ordered Valdivia to serve life with parole, possibly after at least 25 years. Prosecutors found cell phone data and evidence to the crime.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Now, I just want to know, how did he even, now that's what they call an LWOP. How do you get 25 to life when you done murdered your wife? Or they say killed. We use the right word, killed your wife. They found evidence of it. They have the evidence. And you have people who, I'm not going to say they committed a crime. They get 25 to life. And they say because of a three striker. But this guy killed someone and he gets the same sentence that they get, but they done committed some kind of assault or anything, burglary or whatever it may be, did their time, get out, catch a nonviolent case, they get 25 to life, and here we have a guy who kills his wife. That's something's not right with our justice system there, and he should get. I don't know. I don't know what he should get because I can't even. I don't understand a man that can kill his mate. Any woman. I come from there. We don't even fight women. We walk away.
Yeah.
He's scratched up, and women feel getting power. Yeah, I whooped on him. No, you didn't. I just didn't feel like putting my hands on you because I don't need to because I'm a better man than that. So this situation is another trauma that we have to talk about in the news.
Yeah, I could say too, this case is a reminder that justice doesn't always come with a closure. Here we have the hardest truth, and then now we have the family is left without answers, without a place to grieve, and without even recovering this woman's body.
Yes. Man, yeah, no answers, like no closure. It's like, man, it's a pain because, I have daughters and I don't know how I would take something like that and, even watching this man go to court. So I can feel for the men in her family, like, let us just have justice. And, I'm just going to say this real quick. There is something in the biblical it's called the city of refuge, where when you kill somebody, you got to make it to that city of refuge. If you don't, then the family and whoever, they catch up with you. Whatever they do to you was biblically legal. It wasn't murder and it wasn't killing. So I just want to put that out there that maybe we need to look at different things on stopping how these people are really brutalizing and destroying people's lives, homes, and leaving these children with no parents.
Right. I agree to that.
Anything else, Day One?
All right, moving right along. According to Action News 5, a mom starts a GoFundMe for a 2-year-old son only to be arrested and his death days later. A Georgia mother has been arrested in connection with the death of her 2-year-old son. Her name was Raven Louise Bernanke, 29, faces charges including involuntary manslaughter, cruelty to children, criminal negligence, and reckless conduct. Authorities say she started a GoFundMe campaign claiming her sweet baby boy had died, asking for help with funeral and household expenses, a page that has since been removed.
Wait. Did she do it before the baby was found or after?
According to the news and notes that Ireland covered, she started the GoFundMe account after.
Okay, so allegedly, she killed her child, and then she put up a GoFundMe. Wow. So she won't. Now, if someone would have sent money to him, that's weird because it'd be like accessory to something. Because you're aiding and abetting this woman financially to help her get rid of her evidence.
But I think that's why she kind of did GoFundMe, because GoFundMe is voluntarily, like they volunteered their money to her because they wanted to help her with, the arrangement for her son, not knowing that she killed her own son.
No, that's what I'm saying. They not knowing that they're being accessory to helping her cover this up by finances is because say the coroner doesn't catch it in time or whatever. Or I don't know what was in her mind because the technology is booming, is great. And how she, first of all, these people, how they think they're not going to get caught. We see this more and more these days, how these adults, young adults, old adults, are killing people and their children and thinking they are smarter than the professionals that's been doing this for the last 40, 50 years. They're good at what they do. I just want to know what be in their minds to see the last people. You can watch Snap. You can go all over YouTube and see you're going to get arrested. And they still make these acts and try to put everyone else alongside of what decisions they make. It's now I see why the young people just use the word weird.
Right.
You have anything else to discuss today?
All right. As always, I saved the juicy news for the last. According to ABC 7, tis the season for a bakery brawl. Shoppers in downtown LA couldn't believe their eyes as two men rode through the road at Whole Foods, duking it out while security tried to break them up. Phones were out, muffins were flying, and chaos reigned in supreme. Who knew your croissant could come with a side of chaos?
Not the croissant.
So they they're fighting for who stole my propon.
Hey, even in the bakery store, that's
Man,
crazy. People have no patience nowadays.
None, they fighting over bread. Yeah, we
That
sit
you can
there.
make at home.
Yes, what you gonna sit there and go to the bakery for bread?
So you telling me you got out the bread and you was about to say, you thinking you go into this bakery, you like, oh, this man took your pot, and then you start squaring up with him because he took your pot.
Yeah, like man, where we going?
We fighting
Croissants.
over bread.
Yeah, we fighting over bread. You
Right.
know, when you get inside the county jail, they're gonna say, "Man, what you in there for?" Oh man, this dude tried to take my bread. You know, he trying to. You know, I ain't going for that. You ain't gonna take my bread.
Then he like, what kind of bread? A pot. Like,
Great papa.
Right. Only in 2025 can a bakery brawl go viral faster than the fresh of low bread.
Not the dog. I guess one of them thought it was real dog. Cause they like, man, don't dope. What you doing? What you talking about, Willis?
Hey, just everybody be safe out there for these holidays coming up.
yeah,
Yes.
they taking bread.
Have patience. Have patience.
Right. It's
Gotta-
a must-have ingredient.
Yes,
Yes.
guard your sourdough. 'Cause they're out there. Like they say, weird. Well, let's get into our topics for the day. As usual, in segment 3, we'll have James and Shanice Sports Weekly Recap. Segment 2, Reading for the Blind. Segment 1 is going to be exciting. It's about why does sharing a parent has more drama than love. So, let's get into it. Parenting is not something that you can put in a book and it's for everyone. Parenting brings life between two individuals that most of the time care for one another, love for one another. So they bring a beautiful life into this world. It doesn't matter if you're married or not married. That process remains the same. But this is when it goes wrong. When the split happens, it becomes something of competition. Okay, now, most of the time, the mother takes the siblings and the father goes away, and then he has, most of the time, another family. Or the mother have more children for someone else. Now we have half siblings. So, first, historically, the argument was mama's baby, daddy's baby. We know it's always the mothers because you know how the baby got here. The fathers, okay, but they came out with DNA, so now testing. So We went from that drama to the drama of no one wants to put in the work, meaning visits, spending time, having each other together. I mean, it's the mother wants her standards on her household. The father has a standard for his household. And the sad part is the children in the middle that's losing because a shared environment is an environment that builds strong bond. It brings togetherness, closeness. The siblings, brother or sister, it tends to the ones that's always around, and they may not have the same personalities or the same, but your half sibling over here may have the same personality as you. Want to laugh like you laugh, want to go out, maybe educational wise. So, what hurts the children is the parents. They break these households up and can't seem to work together and make something of a more functional. Because today there's a lot of half siblings that, okay, may do certain things as they get older and they may not. And then they're like, okay, that's my sister, but I don't know her. She's a stranger. And then you have your other half sibling, why they don't want me or call me when they have family outings and so on. And then you have those who's in the household feels like, well, wow, I can't see my dad as much as they see their dad. Or it could be vice versa. I ain't seen my mom. I don't see my, because there's a lot of dads now. We're not like the 70s where that was a decade of stepfathers. Now there's a lot of men taking care of their kids, and it's just got unnoticed because everybody want to keep pushing that narrative. Oh, men don't take care of their kids. Okay, well, what about the men that do? Because there's a lot of men that goes in these courtrooms and fight for their children, and it's sad that there's a double standard. Also, women feel, and this is not saying that women is the fault or men is the fault. It's just saying the problem. Most women feel they held the baby for 9 months. I'm entitled to the most authority in this relationship, which is a fallacy. It's because it's equal. The seed is not important than the egg, and the egg is not important to the seed. You need them both. And that's what's wrong with us, is that we don't realize that we need to have a functioning society, the mother and the father getting along, no matter if they're together or not. And I'll come back with some of the solutions where we can look at the love. But right now, I'm going to go on and roll over to Skittles and see what you think about it.
Okay, so when you gave me this topic, I kind of did like 4 points. I kind of took out, 4 points for it. So the 4 points I took out was unequal love and support in shared parenting. And I'm going to talk about all these points. Age gaps and difference in upbringing, respect in the growth of self-reliance, and, so let's talk about equal love. The love and support within shared parenting didn't feel evenly dispersed among the siblings. Some children received more attention, guidance, or emotional, and other things, which created unspoken resentment and feelings of being overlooked. Sometimes over time, the imbalance shaped how each sibling viewed their worth and their role within the family. Let's talk about the age gap because, we all, you got a lot of girls and we all different ages. The age gaps between siblings meant they were raised in very different environments. Parents were in different stages of life, financially, emotionally, and mentally. So the rules, expectation, and level of freedom varied. What one sibling experienced as strict, another experienced as, you know,
Lay back.
laid back, leading to very different perspective and life skills. Because of these different respects wasn't always mutual among siblings. Some learned independence early because they had to rely on themselves, while others were more supportive or sheltered. This shaped confidence levels, decision making, and how each sibling learned to advocate for themselves as an adult.
Wow. That's strong right there because as a father, you look and you want to hear how your kids were growing up
No.
because your kids go through life, and even though there's no real parenting teaching, you just there's a bunch of different styles. But as a parent, you just okay, what you learned from your parents, and then your mate learns from their parents, and then you try to make it work. But listening to you talk is from the eyes of the children, and you're right that age gap plays a big role. It's because some people have older parents.
Yes.
And then the younger parents, it's like the older parents are more strict, is because now they're trying to guard you from a lot of things
Yes.
that occur.
And even in my household, my mom was, she was really strict on everything. We had to grow, kind of grow up fast. We was what at the age of 3. Correct me if I'm wrong. Day one, we was washing. We was cleaning up.
No, you're right.
And we was cleaning up bathrooms. We was doing our own laundry and everything. Pull up that little what is it? The little stand my mom had, and we got up there and we washed dishes. Like she didn't have to do nothing in that house. We did it all, and we had to make sure we get up, and then go upstairs to get my brothers up. Make sure all of us are dressed, and make sure we get them to that bus, and then day one and me and Sade, we walked to school.
I'm proud to be your dad. It's because y'all built among yourself your own society.
No, that is true.
How to survive. So as you got older and adults, every sort of say we just say drama because you know how to deal with it.
No, that is true. So you got to take me and day one because we are older. We are in our 30s. What Boston and Charisma is going through is a little bit different what we went through when we was, kids. But also us three growing up together and having half siblings, we grew up together. We supported each other. Day one knows if she need help, I will help her. Sade know if she needs help, I will help her. So us growing up together, us struggling together, us having each other back, our love is a different level than the love for our half, siblings because we didn't.
Yes.
So we didn't grow up with them. Number one, and so I love my half siblings different from my sisters I grew up with.
Of course, it's because it's not your fault. That's how
No.
the drama comes in.
Yeah.
It's the parenting. It was, say, me and your mom.
Yeah.
Our difference of opinion and understanding as we were young adults at that time in our 20s.
Yes.
And early 30s, we did not understand because we both wanted it our way.
Exactly.
Or we seen how life was. It wasn't that we can get along, and for the most part, we did good. We kept, because my kids have different age gaps, it was only Samaje. So that was it. And then it was y'all. Now, the rest of my younger years, because I had my kids as I got older, is totally different because they're they're her children's age
Yeah.
bracket.
Yeah.
So it's more of y'all being grown and them learning how to become a half sister by by distance.
Yes, because we're not, because like the age, they can't call us, they can't text us, they can't like charisma. I don't see her until I go to your house. But then you have day one that lives far. She can't see charisma or Boston every day like I can, or Samadre too. You know, but also you what I understand now that you have to develop with your half sister. You have to develop that relationship.
Yes, because that's what we was talking. Well, I was speaking of initially that shared environment,
Yes.
that building trust, that bond is because now we can. That's why we wanted to speak out because there's so many people out there that's dealing with the half sibling, and if we can get an understanding and talk about it, and the children can explain what they went through. So the children that's growing up now, we can
Yeah.
know that we need to change our behavior some way, somewhat, and get along better. Day, do you want to add to this?
I sure do. But first, let me tell Skills. Yes, girl, we are in our 30s, but I'm still looking young every
Yes, we
day with
are.
you.
We young African American black women. We queens.
Okay, so yeah, like a lot of our audiences and everyone out there, I can too touch on this topic and say that it touches home for me and emotionally because I feel that children and parents and shared parent situations, again, this is my opinion, can often feel torn between loyalties, the struggle to balance relationships with a biological parent and a step parent or a co parent, which can lead to tension and misunderstanding. On top of that, miscommunication or inconsistent rules between parents can spark arguments and resentment, making the household environment even more stressful. Add in feelings of jealousy or insecurity, whether from step siblings or the shared child feeling neglected and emotional strain when trying to quickly build with, you know, a co-parent or a step-parent or a
Yeah.
biological parent. Turning what should be a loving family dynamic into a source of ongoing drama. And I also feel to reduce this drama in shared parent situations, it's important for everyone to maintain open and honest communication by setting those clear boundaries and expectations for everyone involved with regular family meetings to keep everyone on the same page. Like Skittles said previously, consistent routines and rules,
Yes.
including household
Yes.
normals, discipline, and responsibilities. You know, just family coming together so we can help
Frequently.
minimize, or
Yes.
whoever can minimize that confusion and that conflict. Equally important is fostering empathy and bonding, encouraging each family member to understand the feelings of others and spending quality one-on-one time can also strengthen relationships and create a more loving, supportive, you know, family environment.
Yes.
Yes, and that's the parenting. See that right there when you have young children growing up, young adults, and when they reach adulthood, because a lot of times this dysfunction, I'll use that word dysfunction because it is, the that's when we grow and be adults and we hold on to these traumas a majority of the time we don't know how to release them. So we go from one trauma to the next trauma to the next trauma to the next trauma, and we call it drama. But it's really trauma. So we need to start or stop being competitive against
Yes.
your children's father or mother. If we take the competition out and then we just be adults about it, that's why I like it. What is it? 1 Corinthians 13 when it, I think it speaks of, no, that's love. At another thought. But when I thought like a man, I act like a man. When I thought like a boy, I act like a boy. I'm paraphrasing. So what I'm saying is the maturity level. If I'm going to be a mature adult, I have to start thinking like a mature adult. I'm not that 25-year-old anymore. And I need to listen to my children as they tell me how they see the world because that's their perception of the world. So I must listen, I must cheer, and I must talk to my mate. I use me as just general. I use me, my mate, to understand my children from another woman is also equal to my children from you. We're going to work
That
this
is
out.
right.
And in my household, to be honest, I don't have those issues. I'll eat from the oldest, from day one to
Yes,
Karishma
indeed.
James. We all come to one house and we enjoy and love each other.
Yes, we
And
do.
that's the
Right.
James Kane experience. And I wanted to touch on this is because I know there's a lot of dads that we get separated a lot from our children and we hurt. Some of us is from our own self doing. Some men, they just don't care about the kids like they should. And we're within the rise in women doing that. And we need to talk about that, what's going on with our women that can leave their children behind. But hey, that's for them. For me, I'm just happy I don't have my kid's mother that's do that. We can still talk today. All friends. We just the betterment for the children because the children win. So, if anyone has anything else they want to add to this discussion,
I just want to say this to the listeners. When I was 23, I, of course, I didn't have you, growing up, but I did sit back and told myself that I need to look within because I did not want to be mad at you for the decisions you made when you was a young man that affected my life and took my dad from me. So I had to sit back and let all the emotions and all the madness go for me to actually have a relationship with you, a relationship with your other kids you fathered, the relationship with, your mate and everything else.
yeah. Now that's a topic for another show.
Yes, that is.
How a dad rebuilt his
Y'all tune in to
relationship. Yeah, we done went to a whole other topic there. How does a dad rebuild his relationship with his children when they were out him for so long?
Yes.
But I can say this: it works, and you can do it. Cause I'm a living witness, and it's happy, man. I'm one of the blessed man. My children make me so happy. I just that's my purpose in life to put a smile on my children's face. So we're gonna go to a quick break and come back with reading for the blind. Okay. Well, we back, and here we roll. The reading for the blind. As I always say, grab the seniors, young, and read to them. We are trying to motivate the young listeners to read, to the older listeners. So if that's your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your big sister, your big brother, grab a book, spend some time. Nothing better at the holiday time. It's sitting, drinking some eggnog with a little in it, and read a book to your loved ones. The boss, can you read us scripture?
Okay. Genesis 20:12. And yet, indeed, she is my sister. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother.
This is Abraham speaking of Sarah. See, biblically, we have the same concepts of have siblings. Now, we won't get into because I know there's a lot of people out there saying, wait a minute, isn't it forbidden to mess with your sibling? So that's another topic. It's a long discussion and a lot of research. So we will say this that God doesn't just look at your flaws, He looks at the whole person you are. He looks beyond what you think is wrong because nowadays we live in a lot of bondage. We put so much on people and say who's going to heaven, who's going to hell, when we lost the number, well, the greatest joy of life, love and caring for one another. So, Abraham and Sarah were half siblings. This is a part of sibling drama or sibling love. I choose to say it was the love. And it's also culturalized. It's because sometimes, at that time, I won't say sometimes, I believe our Creator at that time was building something that He wanted because these two individuals had a custom of the same obedience and love and miracles. The boss, can you read the next?
Before I read the next, I just want to say about the Genesis chapter I just read that I feel like mating with your siblings is like just a social thing that people made. Like, and they call it incest. And while I don't really agree with incest, I don't really like it. It's just a social concept, and it was made to be frowned upon like so many other things. Like, without the social concept of like incest, it would even be wrong. Same thing with it's just same thing with murder and stuff. Without it being in the law, without someone making law and making it unacceptable, people wouldn't really look upon it as bad. They would just look upon it as, oh, they did this or someone did this.
Well, as far as murder and things, I understand where you're going with that point, which is very notable, and you're correct. It's how we perceive things as a social group, but with murder and other things of that nature, I think that's a biological wrong or right. You know not to murder, not to kill. It's something wrong with that. So I wouldn't say that's social. I would just say socially, we come together and let the person who have that kind of personality or energy in their heart to do this act of it's horror. I would just say horror. It's really biological that they know it's wrong. A serial killer knows he's what he's doing, and that's why he doesn't want to get caught. That's why he tries to hide. See, when you just doing something, you don't care. It can be out in the open. But when you know it's wrong, you want to stay in the background. That's what they say. What you do in the dark comes to the light. So, I agree with you that the incest and all, if we look at it from how we got here, we had to come from incest. It's because starting off, if you start off with two, that makes four, four makes eight. At a certain point of time, yes, you can drift off and go into your own, cultures, country. People migrated to different parts of the world or whatever, because we're all related.
Evolving.
Yes, evolving, yes. Evolution does. We're not bringing up the Darwin theory. We're just saying evolution, everything. Grass evolves. Animals evolve. Humans evolve too. We're not the same humans was back in the Viking days. I couldn't even see myself on the boat. I'm blind. So how I'm be on the boat? I'm be looking
Right.
at the water like, yeah, I don't even know where to walk. I need sidewalks. Hey, next daughter.
Okay. Genesis 21:3. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him Isaac.
Now, we know the story of Isaac and Ishmael. That's another half sibling drama and quarrel. But I'm going to bring your attention to something. The drama became love. It's because even though they take Hagar and labor her as a slave lady, this woman gave birth to a child from one of history's greatest men living. And we look at her as a slave. She was this. And do you know how offensive that is? This woman gave birth to a blessing. See, there was two blessings. We just look at the one that we choose to look at. You had 12 tribes of Ishmael and you had 12 tribes of Yaakov. So each one had a different blessing, but God gave them that blessing. When he sent Hagar out there, well, she went into the wilderness, he said, your child will be blessed too. So the blessings was different, but a blessing is a blessing. And if you get a blessing from the Most High, who can say you're enslaved? Let's think about how we word things and really what we want to put out in the air. Next.
Samuel 13:1. And it came to pass after this that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar, and Amnon, the son of David, loved her.
Now, we have more where we have the king of David from the tribe of Yehuda. That's where the line that the Messiah came through. And here again, half siblings. The reason why I chose these scriptures is because it shows drama and love. See, just because there's drama, that don't mean love can't exist. And we must put love first to kill the drama. If the drama is the fire, we must bring water and put that fire out. Last one.
Matthew 13:55. Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Joseph, and Simon and Judas?
Now, Jesus had other brothers and sisters. He also had to deal with half sibling drama. Here's the see, because you got to remember back then, they looking at Mario, which is Mary, saying, hey, you had a baby by someone else. No. We couldn't go for that. So that was a secret. So what they did was the people thought it was Joseph child. So they looked upon and said, wait. The man that is doing all these miracles that the disciples, students are following, isn't he the son of Joseph? Isn't he his brothers and sisters? Why they have none of these problems? Where did he come from? Who are we? Well, we know the story and we know how it happened. And there's drama again, but there's love. When the resurrection came, that love came into the world. And everyone grabbed a hold of it And it's still, right now, December, the love around the world. It doesn't matter. We have Kwanzaa. We have the dedication of lights, Hanukkah. We have Merry Christmas. Everybody is showing love. Everybody is getting ready for one day the whole world comes together. Even the Scrooge, even the people that can't spend no money, the rich, the poor, they give, they receive. All at this time. What a wonderful thing we can say that we all come together, even though we're in different places, different continents, we have different viewpoints, we have different cultures, we have different beliefs, but we all come together during this time to show somebody love. So love conquers drama.
What you just said kind of reminds me of Pandora's box. Like Pandora, she opened the box that Zeus gave her, and when she opened it, all these negative feelings came out onto the world. Everybody felt negative. Everybody felt this or that, disdain, depressed. But what stayed in the box was hope, and that kind of reminds me, like you can have so many negative feelings, but you can still have love inside of you, and you can still choose to let that love get out of you and choose to show it. So even though when you're feeling negative, you can still have love for somebody. Ev- like for half siblings, even if you feel resentment, you still feel love for them because that's your sibling. That's someone that your father or mother or your parent gave birth to, and you still love them for that. Even though you don't see them a lot, even though you feel some type of resentment because you know your parents are treating them differently, or you are not getting the same kind of treatment, or you just feel like they're doing something to you that you don't like, you still love them, you still appreciate them in some sort of way.
Wow. A teenage love. There we go. A teenage love. Speaking on how love. Now I don't know about the parallel box because I don't really read Greek mythology. She's an expert at it. She loves Greek mythology, but that's a good thing because it shows she reads, she understands, and that's a beautiful thing because we're our family show and we entertain you, our listeners, and try to bring serious topics every week at 4 o'clock on KCAA 106.5, 1050 AM. Also, if you have any questions other than the show, or you can go to jamescaneexperience.com, leave me a message, and I promise you I will get back to you. I accept good criticism or bad. It doesn't matter. Speak to me and I'll speak back. Do we have time?
We got 2 minutes. Let's roll into the sports real quick with this week NFL action. Week 4 leaning into week 15. Future big wins for the Seahawks, Bills, and Packers, with the Green Bay clutching a critical division edge, while the Chief playoff hopes dims after a loss to Houston.
Oh wow, we gonna have the Chiefs, man. You mean to tell me the Chiefs is not going? I'll see it 4 weeks from now because I can't believe it. They have been a dynasty and greatness is upon them. Well, we gonna roll on out of here, and like I always say, if your life is not going right, restructure, regroup, refocus on what you have left. Continue to love and cherish who you love and cherish. Be a friend that someone else can be honored to call you their friend, and be a friend to those who are a friend to you. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Saturday, Inland Empire. Love, peace, enjoy your life and someone else's. Thank you.